Welcome back, guys, to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, as we're now moving on to Chapter 26, Clash. We've already outfitted our troops, apart from, of course, making the random weapon of choice here, so that's what I'm going to get to doing. So what we're going to make ourselves is something for Titania, I think, Titania, the person whose name I can never pronounce correctly, let's put it that way. She's got a C rank in lances and S rank in axes, so maybe we should look to use her axes for that and make her a really nice silver axe with a really terrible name as usual, because that's how we go about doing things, isn't it here? I'm really bad with my names. Just pour the attack on, pour the hit up because it's an axe and it could use some extra hits, pour the weight down a little bit just to be lower than her strength, which is fine anyway, and then, you know, even add a little bit of crit even though she crits all the time. So this is going to be one of our most expensive weapons yet, so let's call it something suitably rubbish. I will change the weapon name to a bit of Arnie. It's gonna be the Titanator. I don't know, the Titania, yeah, whatever. We all know my names are bad by now. We're just calling things because we have to get a name for them. We could just leave it as a green silver axe, but it makes weird to have weird special weapons like this. So the Titanator it is. Titaniator even, but that doesn't really run so well, so she has kind of a very red motif to her. Let's give it a manly name and make it pink, because why not? Titanator for Titania. So another axe has been made, another weapon is special. In fact, Nefenia has her Penetrator now equipped, but she needs to get herself to the A rank still, so we'll get there. The info now is what we check, as we just get to see a couple of conversations before we really start the episode. So let's get a 2-star conversation going on with the soldier here. General, may I have a moment of your time? Yes, what is it? I'd like your advice on something, sir. Let's say I was faced with an undefeatable enemy. Oh, here we go. In that case, what should I, as the weaker fighter, do? Should I try to avoid slowing down other better fighters and retreat? Or do I sacrifice myself and try to at least land a single blow on the opponent? If it's an enemy general or just someone that's far too strong for you, there's no need to get yourself killed. That's definitely how we've lived by so far. But I don't want you to simply run away either. Study the enemy first. See if retreating is your only option. I'd like you to do that much at least. Study the enemy? That's right. What type of fighter is he? What kind of weapon is he using? Things like that. If you can learn to do that, you can determine how best to engage your opponent. Or just blunder in. Those are the very core of combat fundamentals, aren't they? Oh, I'm a danged fool. It could be. I think all my trouble started because I wasn't paying enough attention to the basics. Giving me something to think about, and some hope too. Thank you, sir. You're the smartest general ever. Huh? What a brave little fella. Well, aren't you the little one here? Let's speak to a bigger one, though, in a very royal member of the Phoenicis court, King Tiban. Are you leaving now? Yep, we're going to do some reconnaissance and tease those Daeans a bit. Good luck. Pah, you don't need luck when you're as tough as me. Tiban, about... Rayson, no. I truly am sorry. Leanne's kidnapping is completely my fault. It's not your fault. Please don't apologize. I know Leanne is alive. These battlefields are filled with chaotic energy, but I can still sense her. It's faint, but I know it's Leanne. Which is all the more reason for us to hurry. There may be other ways to finish this, but crushing Daean is the surest. Agreed. Rayson, is this mysterious power that you use to sense Leanne something only Herons possess? It's not something any of the Hawk clans have, that is a certainty. That's not true, Tiban. The power may differ in potency between us, but all the Goos possess to some degree. Ah, so it's just that my sense isn't developed, is that it? Power is distributed something like this. Among the bird tribes, it's very strong in the Heron clan. Among the beast tribes, I've heard it's most developed in the cat clan, though not as strongly as in the herons. As for the dragon tribes, it's said they may be equal to or even surpass the strength of the herons. Even though I knew that all lagoos were not alike, there are even more differences than I'd imagined. Your eyes should have told you that. Once we change, we don't look alike, do we? Good point. Enough pleasantries. It's time for me and my men to take wing. Right. See you later then. Tiban, may the fortunes of war be with you. And you as well. Don't try anything too dangerous. Raisin? My apologies, Ike. Though I knew this was coming, it's still difficult. Don't apologize. You've nothing left to prove to me. Ah. And now they do not speak. But still, it has been a long time since we've used a lot of our Lagoos members. But then maps have been filled in extremely small amounts, so our support is done with most people here. We could of course do Boyd at some point in time. I don't think we're going to be generating any more before the end. We've got a ton of battle experience to dump into people as we need to whenever we want to. So what we do for the time being is we end and move forward and leave base to battle. My Lord Ike. Princess Elincia. Huh? What's going on? Why are you dressed like that? I thought to join you on the battle lines. Is that a Pegasus? Where did you get that? He belonged to my great-grandmother. I'm a bit nervous about riding him, but I'm going to try nevertheless. I appreciate your desire, but your retainers will never allow it, will they? As for that, did you agree to this, Jeffrey? No, personally, I'm against it. She is the princess, and it is her wish. I can do nothing. The princess's great-grandmother was a Begnian Pegasus knight of some renown before marrying into House Crimea. Princess Elincia herself was skilled at both riding and swordsmanship. As a child, she was granted permission to train in case the need for her to fight ever arose. Behold the Pegasus in uniform, all treasures of our House Crimea fair. We did fear much that we would never see a chance to use them in their proper stead. Oh, muse of fire, I cannot find the words. Behold a light that dares to shame the sun. Our princess clad in raiments fair and fine gives courage, love, and vigor to our cause. I'm surprised you were able to hide armor and a flying horse from the Daean army. Indeed, I am too. Prince Renning foresaw a time when the princess would need them, and bade us convey them from the palace. Prince Renning's thoughts were always of the princess, even as his life abandoned him. Be true to your heart and live life as it dictates. Those were his final words to her. My Lord Uncle was always the one person who understood me best. Even though I'm dressed like this, I have no experience and do not expect to fight as well as the rest of you. But this constant waiting behind and doing nothing, it sets my heart beating with such unease I fear it may burst. Even if I cannot fight, I could use a staff to heal the wounded. If I could save just one soldier, it would mean so much to me. Please, my Lord Ike, I promise to obey orders and stay out of harm's way as best as I can. Lord Ike, you will take responsibility and guard the princess. It is her heartfelt wish. It is not something that I can allow or disallow. She is my employer. This is what the princess wants. All I can do is comply. Be careful, will you? Oh, thank you so much. Let us go forth like sunlight to the dawn. Elincia fights and Crimea wins the day. Well, she could have joined a little bit earlier when I could have filled her with battle experience. Oh well. Oh, that's a lot of troops on the field. As Bertram stands before us, that fort isn't as big as I thought. Haha! Oh, it seems they've got feral ones yet again. Ike, there are more enemy soldiers than we expected. Well, there's more than us than I expected. Just from what I can see now, they are double our numbers. We must assume that the fort houses many more troops. This may prove to be a long battle. When is it ever not? Even if they have 20 times our numbers, we must overcome them. In this war, there can be no retreat. And so we get to choose units. And what's the point? Let's find out what ones we're using. Well, Elincia has to be used as Princess Crimea. She is level 1 and has 27 of the HPs. with a restores a set number of HP each turn is not a bad ability to be having, to be honest. A rank in staffs, D rank in swords. What have you got here then? Strength of 9, mag 12, so middle of the road. Her defense is not bad. Is it the amity that allows her to be powered up as well here, I wonder? But that defense means that she can actually trade blows. It's just her overall power might not be that high. The weight means that her speed is having some penalty on it, but allows her to strike twice per turn anyway, and it doesn't have any charges. She seems quite powerful, especially if leveled a bit more. So what will be taken, of course, is Rolf, Boyd, Jill, Soren, the normal suspects. Where do we get to the abnormal suspects? So past Reese here. So we got Lucia Bastion, Jeffrey, Ranulf Haar, and we can fit 5 more in. That's all I really wanted to know at that point in time. So what we'll do, Ranulf, we'll take you, and we'll take Rayson, because we haven't taken him for some time, and he has some useful abilities to him. I don't know if there's anything to steal, so soft might be taken, might not be. We have some other promoted units, of course, that we could use in battle, but I'm not so sure about using them indeed. Like Kahlil here, we could get another Magey Sagey in there, with the Nihil ability there. Negates enemies' combat-related skills. Probably wouldn't be too bad to have another one on the board. I know you guys have been wanting me to have one around for a while. Apart from that, we could, for example, stick Stefan in, because he's already pretty much battle-ready with a Veikati there. Or we could stick 2 of the Swordmaster, well, you know, the Retainers in here. So we got Bastion here, we got Jeffrey, who's a Bow Paladin. I don't think we really need another Bowman around. We could put Bastion in, who's another Spellcaster. Spellcasters galore would we be fielding then. Another Swordmaster in Lucia. Man, we got choices. There's always Har as well, who's ridiculous. And more flying guys never hurts. So one more apart from that. Do you know what? Should we take Stefan because he's got green hair? I don't want to see the Veikati in action. I want to see his overall power. Maybe that'll be a good choice there. So the Retainers get to stay out of battle yet again. They nearly had their choice, but we preferred some other units over them, including getting a couple of Lagoos onto the field. The fact that we can field so many is actually a joy as we start the battle at last. So, any quick repositioning to do? We want healers, someone like Rayson not so near the front. Someone like Rolf, ridiculous Rolf, nearer the front. And so you've got a men's staff, do you? Well, I can go one better with that. So if we go back to the menu here and find Elincia on our list, we should be able, yes, we will be able to not only just get her a standard sword here, just why not, you know what I mean? We can also get her a physic, so she can heal from range as well, so she doesn't have to join the battle if she doesn't want to. Apart from that, I guess her HP values are kind of low. She might be a candidate for sticking something on. Do you know what? I'm actually going to use my first one of those items as well. So we'll go over to here. We've got all this stuff still to use, but we've got the Seraph robe here, so we'll use that. Just to give her a little bit more of a bump upwards. Probably Miss needs that as well, I bet. Right, so our conditions for victory. The army is 35 of the enemy, 19 for us. 19! And we've got to seize the point. So with that said, we go forward. Har and Jill next to each other. General Bertram! The Crimean army has risen to the bait. Orders, sir! Your orders, sir! General, how should we make answer? Turn the grounds soft with blood. Make a graveyard of this place. Bury them all. Yes, sir. What's he got? Part snake? Soren, do you have any information on the enemy general? Our intelligence reports say the commander of this army is Bertram, one of Dane's 4 riders. One of the 4 riders? So he's on par with that woman we fought earlier. General Patrine? That's not necessarily so. The name 4 Riders is given to the 4 persons of highest ability among the king's advisors. So the members can change, is that it? Who are the current 4 Riders? First there was General Petrine, whom we defeated at Riven Bridge. Then the man we face today, General Bertram. Next is General Bryce, who served the previous king. Finally, the enigmatic general known as the Black Knight. Those are the 4. This is the same Black Knight who murdered Commander Greel? Of that, there appears to be little doubt. Tell us, Soren, do you have any more information on General Bertram? I know not where he hails from. He appeared after the fall of Crimea and has quickly gained Ashnod's favour. So, he's a man of no mean ability. Like the Black Knight, he always wears his armour and never shows his face unhelmed. Some say he's not even in his armour, but is inhabited by an ancient spectre or a demonic creature. It's all just superstition and rumour, designed to heighten fear of the man. It's not important. Once we cross swords, we'll know the truth. Then we can discover for ourselves if he's just a loudmouth braggart or truly a monster. As long as our blades can wound him, I care not either way. Let's go! Right then, so look at the battlefield first of all, of course, is what we do. So let's quickly check. We never really checked before, but we got guy with Shine and Physic over there. Another one to nicely steal if we can. Primal Physics is always good. Silver Sword to drop. Lagoo's Bow as well. We got men that we can steal. Probably maybe even steal something else, or can't even gain them each year, but we got to watch out for this guy. So where is he? Top corner. His range is fairly large. Of course, he can always move to add to that range. Many Lagoozes with a Lagoo's Lance there. A guy with a Lagoo's Lance is going to be a problem for 2 of our troopers, of course. It's a very specific item. And I'd say, apart from that, we've got a Rune Sword in this guy. A magic sword that restores HP to the wielder in the amount of half of the damage it inflicts. Well, that's going to be problematic. There's someone like Neff going in there. Oh, it's a magic sword. So does it come off the magic stat? That's problematic all the same. Meh. Right then, apart from that, he's got the ability Daunt. Decreases hit and critical hit percentages of all enemies within free spaces. Well, that sucks. I don't like you already. And apart from that, we got Sillmaster. No one with... Okay, I was about to say no one with killer weapons. There's one kind of in the first row. So yeah, it was just him with a killer. So now it's time to start. So how to start is the best way to go about it. We want to lure, but our most important point to this one is... Let's cut you. Well, we want to cut him, that's for sure, but... We need the Killer Axe guy to go to someone who can survive it. Which will probably be Ike, if anyone. Right, so Lagoo's Axe here. We got a hammer over there, so we don't want to put anyone armored within range. Essentially, we want to lure each one of these to a specific person. Or just to at least pull them forward, because as you can see, they're already in range of my troops. I want to make the ones in the middle make the first move, so then I can decide where to go from here. And you've got a Lagoo's Axe. So Ranulf being in the front lines isn't that great either. Well, let's send then Stefan over to here, maybe? Okay, that guy can reach both positions. We want 2 good sword fighters in, or just 1. So what we'll do is we'll move a Ike. And everyone goes back a line. This sounds really weird to do, but... Oh, we could send someone right across the field. We'll send Ike to deal with those, and then we'll deal... Yeah, we'll send the rest of our troops across this field. So if we bring up where we can't stand, we can work on moving to where we can. So let's fend the flying squad. Flying squad! That's her out of range of everyone there, so that's fine. Technically, you count as flying there, Rayson, but we'll leave you here for the time being. Move everyone up a little bit. Well, I do have another kind of ace up the hole here, because I've got a nice attacking tome on someone over here. So could we... Oh, we can't cut that one. That's a shame. We can't get it quite in on the Killer Axe guy, but we have it as an option in case we need to. So, apart from that, let's keep pulling everyone back one. What weapons do I have you equipped? Silver Sword is fine. And what we want is probably someone like Oscar ready to go up fast to get the other ones. Now, I think we've equipped you with Nosferatu as well, so you've got abilities there that you can use. It's all good, though. Do you know what? Let's see. From here, can you attack any extra targets? No, you can't. So it's kind of useless apart from that. We can chant to get some extra experience, but really the first attack isn't really going to happen at the moment. We need to let the enemies come on to us. So all we've managed to do is set up. Elincia has joined us. Lots of things have happened, but the battle itself isn't starting just yet. It's about to begin, though. So as we position everyone into places where they can contribute in the war next time, Ike looks to set things off by pulling out the middle guard as we then advance towards here, though we want to probably take out every troop around us as well for all that lovely experience from promoted units. Join me next time on Fire Emblem Path of Radiance as Ike gets to battle. Bye-bye.